Oh, what's up? It's Yirmiyahu ben Yisrael. All praise, glory, and honor to the Most High Yahweh only. And besides him, there is no other God, neither shall there be after him. Title of this video is going to be The Origin of New Year's. That's right. For y'all that know the truth, for y'all that know Yahweh is one God and that's it. Ain't no son, ain't no ghost, no none of that. We're going to get right into it. I'm sure a lot of y'all know that this too is also a pagan holiday, but we're gonna get into the origin of this because, uh, as these years go by, you should be increasing your knowledge anyway, not just staying stagnant. Because although you don't have to adhere to, secular things such as these pagan holidays, but what you can do is, increase learning, increase, you know, what you accomplished and things of that nature. Just like how you made it to where you see through the lies of the New Testament, increase your knowledge further. And when I used to, celebrate this garbage holiday, I used to come up with things like New Year's resolution. Let's keep it a buck. Nobody's doing that. Like at least 90% of people ain't doing the resolution that they said are like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. When it's really just a trend. It's just a trend just to say that you're gonna do this and that in the new year, when in reality you're just saying it just to look cool and you're just gonna stay the same. Because most people, again, they just talk it, but they don't walk it. But when you walk it, you're gonna go a lot further than just talking about it. But as we see here, we're gonna use a great source again, like we used last time, Britannica, where it talks about the origin of New Year's festival. Now, it says right here, New Year festival, any of the social, cultural, and religious observances worldwide that celebrate the beginning of the new year. Such festivals are among the oldest and most universally observed. Oh, 1 second, I am crossing the street right now. Not about to, get hit by a car. We'll continue where it says, the earliest known record of a New Year festival dates from about 2000 BCE in Mesopotamia, where in Babylonian, the New Year, AKITU, began with the new moon after the spring equinox, mid-March, and in Assyria with the new moon nearest the autumn equinox, mid-September. For the Mizrahites, Phoenicians, and Persians, the same year began with the autumn's equinox, September 21st, and for the early Greeks, it began with the winter solstice, December 21. On the Roman Republican calendar, the year began on March 1st, but after 153 BCE, the official date was January 1st, which was continued in the Julian calendar of 46 BCE. Y'all seeing a trend? That keep up with the content? The winter solstice mentioned yet again, just like how I showed in my last video, how the Flavian dynasty also used the winter solstice. The Roman Empire used the winter solstice. Just keep seeing a recurrence with this stuff, and no surprise, Mesopotamia, this originated in, because they were known to worship many gods. Worshiping ISHTAR. Doing demonic things, sacrificing the kids, all this nonsense. The Sumerians. We can continue, where it says, in early medieval times, most of Christian Europe regarded March 25th, the Feast of Annunciation, as the beginning of the new year. Although New Year's Day was observed on December 25th in Anglo-Saxon England. William the Conqueror decreed that the year begin on January 1st, but England later joined the rest of Christendom and adopted March 25th. The Gregorian calendar, adopted in 1582 by the Roman Catholic Church, restored January 1st as New Year's Day, and most European countries gradually follow suit. Scotland is 6060, Germany and Denmark about 1700, England in 1752, and Russia in 1918. And it says those religions and cultures using a lunar calendar have continued to observe the beginning of the year on days other than January 1st. In the Jewish religious calendar, for example, the year begins of Rosh Hashanah, the first day of the month of Tishrei, which falls between September 6th and October 5th. The Muslim calendar normally has 354 days in each year, with the new year beginning with the month of Muharram. The Chinese New Year is celebrated officially for a month beginning in late January or early February. Other Asian cultures celebrate the day at various times of the year. In southern India, the Tamil celebrate the new year at the winter solstice. Tibetans observe the day in February, and in Thailand, the day is celebrated in March or April. The Japanese have a 3-day celebration, January 1st to the 3rd. And it was crazy. We have all these different religions, right? But what's the main thing in common with all these religions? They all say God is the same, just worshiping in a different form. Even though one religion says a man could die for your sins, another religion says that this man was a prophet, another religion says that you be careful of karma, things of that nature. But one thing they have in common is that they celebrate these pagan holidays together. Isn't that something? The religions are different, but they still celebrate the holidays together. So what is the point of having these different religions and different beliefs if y'all gonna come together on the same pagan holidays that contradict your religion? Because there's no such thing as God is the same, just in different ways. Yahweh made it known to not be like the other nations. This was his message to Israel before they rebelled and kept rebelling, did not adhere to his law, statutes, and commandments. And as we saw in my last video, excuse me, I made the video but I didn't post it, but I'm going to post that as well if I don't do that before this video or after this video drops. It's called "What is the Fear of Yahweh?" I'll be dropping that as well. But yeah, we're going to continue reading this, where it says, many of the customs of New Year festivals note the passing of time with both regret and anticipation. The baby as a symbol of the New Year's to the ancient Greeks, with an old man representing the year that has passed. The Romans derived the name of the for the month of January from their god Janus. Isn't that crazy? That's pretty close to JC's name, huh? And it says, for those that don't know or wonder why I'm spelling out these names, Yahweh says the names of these gods should not even be spoken out of thy mouth. Yahweh don't even want you to mention these names. And guess what the Jews came up with when the Khazars stole the black man's identity and made it into their own religion? They turned it into garbage, where they said Yahweh is Hashem and his name is so holy it should not even be mentioned, when in the book of Psalms and other places in the Tanakh it says to Say his name and exalt his name above the heavens to all the heathen and to everybody. We will continue where it says, um, and Janus, who had two faces, one looking backward and the other forward. Sounds demonic to me. It says the practice of making resolutions to rid oneself of bad habits or to adopt better ones also dates to ancient times. Not gonna cap that I did not know. It says some believe the Babylonians began the custom more than 4,000 years ago. And it also continues to say these early resolutions were likely made in an attempt to curry favor with the gods. And it continues to say in the West, particularly in English speaking countries, the nostalgic Scottish ballad Old Lang Syne, revised by the poet Robert Burns, is often sung on New Year's Eve. Again, this has nothing to do with Yahweh. This has nothing to do with the nation of Israel. It goes on to say symbolic foods are often part of the festivities. Many Europeans, for example, eat cabbage or other greens to ensure prosperity in the coming year, while people in America South favor black-eyed peas for good luck. Throughout Asia, special foods such as dumplings, noodles, and rice cakes are eaten, and elaborate dishes feature ingredients whose names or appearance symbolize long life, happiness, wealth, and good fortune. Now, again, these are things that don't inherit to the nation of Israel. These are the other nations, the heathen nations. That's why Yahweh says, learn not the ways of these people. Matter of fact, that's the reason why when Solomon, if I'm not mistaken, had many wives. Excuse me. No, I think this is it's either Solomon or David. I'm not gonna lie, but one of them had many wives and concubines. And what happened? His concubines led him to worshiping other gods. They say, "Hey, make me this food or show me this way so that I could worship my God." And then he just went with it because he was just so into his chicks that he just said, he forgot about Yahweh. And this is because he was too entwined with the other nations. Although King David is still Yahweh's chosen king of the earth, we still see what happens when you get with the other nations. Now, it says, because of the belief that what a person does on the first day of the year foretells what he will do for the remainder of the year, gatherings of friends and relatives have long been significant. The first guest to cross the threshold, excuse me, of first foot is significant and may bring good luck if of the right physical type, which varies. Excuse me, which varies with location. Public gatherings, as in Times Square in New York City, and in Trafalgar Square in London, draw large crowds, and the countdown to the droppings uh, of an electronic ball in Times Square to signify the exact moment in which the new year begins is televised worldwide. The first Rose Bowl game was played in Pasadena, California on January 1st, 1902. College football games have come to dominate American television on New Year's Day. The Tournament of Roses parade features floats constructed of live flowers, and Moomers Parade in Philadelphia are popular in New Year's Day events. Many people mark the new year with religious observances, as for example, on Rosh Hashanah, Buddhist monks are presented with gifts on the day, and Hindus make oblations to the gods. In Japan, visits are sometimes made to Shinto shrines, to tutelary deities, or to Buddhist temples. Chinese make offerings to gods of the heart and wealth and to ancestors. And again, I just wanted to show how this holiday is across the street again very pagan, and just wanted to again show that it's an all kumbaya and whatnot. I mean, the truth is ugly, but it is what it is. But yeah, man, shout out to everyone who made it to the end of the video. Shout out to everyone who subscribed, who's leaving the likes, uh, comments, sharing the videos, and shout out to y'all that are engaged with the community. Again, I learn from y'all. Uh, Hopefully, y'all learn from me. I just try to present my knowledge and just show you stuff. Maybe you already know something, maybe you don't, but again, we grow as a community. We praise the Most High Yahweh only, and just continue to increase knowledge as we get closer to gathering together the remnant of Israel, and that includes you to other nations, but the Gentiles as well. Yahweh would like to include you with the remnant. Become part of the nation, worship Him and Him only. But yeah, man, if you're new, subscribe. Whether you love me, hate me, whatever, subscribe. Um, yeah. But y'all have a good one. Will be from the house of Israel or Gentile. I'm out.
Peace.